also the left ventricle. Because remember, we cut it in half. So it's like half the left ventricle is on one side and half is on the other. Right? So if this is the left ventricle, that obviously by default leaves that to be the right ventricle. Yes? And so this is...
Right ventricle at the top?
This is the left ventricle.
Okay.
Right? This is the left ventricle. And this is the aortic valve right here. Right? And this would be the aorta. And that would be the first branch off the aorta, which is the...
Coronary artery?
Brachiocephalic. Okay, so brachiocephalic. Okay? And so letter E would be aortic valve, right? Letter J would be which valve? If it's in the bicuspid, right? So above that, right, we would have the left atrium, and then below, obviously, we have the left ventricle. Okay? And so somebody asked me about pectinate muscle, which you can actually see in here. You see that? All the ridges? So those ridges would be the pectinate muscle. And it's usually only found in your atria. Okay? Letter D, I'm going to put right here. This is your papillary muscle with the chordae tendineae attached. Yes? So like it's at the point where the papillary muscle meets the chordae tendineae. Yes? And then, what letter do I have? How about an A?
Okay, but you can't see the right ventricle there, right?
Yeah, right here.
How is that the right ventricle? That's at the top.
This is the left ventricle.
So
there's only one other ventricle. That will be the right one.
And then the atrium is that little
right here
area on the top.
Maybe she moved it with her finger.
in there.
Yeah, I guess that would be the right atrium up there. I got very little of it here, but there's more of it right there. All of it is back there.
That doesn't make sense.
Why not?
And that's the tricuspid.
Because this, when you close it, this is the apex. This is the left anterior descending artery, right? And then this is the, inside here is the left ventricle, and up here is the right ventricle. And the right ventricle spans all that, all of that. All of that's the right ventricle. Yeah, the right ventricle is, I want to say it's on top, but it's not at the apex. It's above the apex.
So letter B is right ventricle.
And then this would be
Intraventricular septum.
Intraventricular septum. Yep. And then since we do have, right, okay, so we're gonna leave, I'm gonna leave this in the refrigerator just like this, since we still have our fridge. And so like that you guys can, so this would be the right atrium, yes, the right atrium. I'm not going to label the valve on here because it's just, there's just not enough of it, right? It's too squished, but that's the right atrium.
So where's the left atrium?
Left atrium is this one. Also, we should G, H, and even I.
What is D?
I.
D?
It is the papillary muscle and with the chordae tendineae. Okay?
And H is the, what is H again?
So go over all the letters just so we're clear.
Okay. All right, so A is the interventricular septum. B is the right ventricle. C over here is the brachiocephalic trunk. D is the papillary muscle with the chordae tendineae. Okay. E is the aortic valve. F is the left atrium. I is the
G.
I thought you said this was the that muscle.
Pectinate muscle.
Pectinate.
oh, pectinate muscle for I. Okay.
So left ventricle, pectinate muscle.
No, left atrium.
Left atrium, I mean.
Pectinate muscle for I. And then
G is right.
And then J is your mitral valve. So it's half of the mitral valve is here and the other half of the mitral valve is there. Okay?
What'd you say was G?
Right atrium.